STParting and STVirus this time. Game 3 will be on Atlantis Shipyard. Is that right? Atlantis Shipyard? Yeah. So in the upper right hand corner of this 1v1 map, we have ourselves STVirus. I had to think about that for a second. The blue Terran, and in the bottom left we have the red Protoss, STARTAIL Legend. Well, no, not really. He's actually, well, he is kind of a legend of PvT, but he's actually STParting. So a very long, drawn out, a bit of a weird base trade right there in game 2. Very good decision making by both players, I would say. Parting taking out the second, the natural, and the third of Virus, but Virus gutted Parting's main. So it was one of those situations where Parting could still mine, but he couldn't make anything with what he was mining, and Virus, while he wasn't really mining much, could still produce. So and Virus just had the bigger army overall, I think. And there's the scout, an early scout after pylon here on a 1v1 map with only 2 spawn locations. Interesting decision by Parting. And it looks like, ooh, and it's a good scout too, because he now knows. Well, maybe he doesn't know. It could be a proxy Rax, but it does look like Virus is going to go for a 15cc. There goes the gateway down for Parting and the assimilator. So, oh, and there's the command center going down on 14. I guess I guess Virus wanted to get that command center down before the probe could come back and perhaps place down a pylon there to block it. Although as Terran, you can just build the command center a little bit further away and then kill the pylon and lift off and take it later. And there's the Rax going down, and we'll see whether or not. Oh, okay, there we go. That was apparently a quick pause. So we'll see. Does Parting go for early one base pressure to try and punish Parting or Virus for his 15cc? Well, it was 14cc, but early command center, or does he sit back and try and catch up economically? Now, last time Virus went for a quicker expansion, Parting decided to play the catch-up game, and it didn't work out very well for him as he lost game 2. So I would have to think. Yes, I would have to think that he's going to go for some sort of aggressive build, especially off of the one base. He has not taken his second guess. There's the Cybernetics Core, Stalker, and Warp Gate being started. And the SCV is going to slip into the main to see, well, he's going to see a gateway, a Cybernetics Core, and a Simulator, what he's normally seen. So 2 barracks are out for Virus, and he's making Marines 2 at a time. The command center is done at his expansion, and oh boy, Parting's going to have to. Oh no, Parting's going to expand, and Virus is going to see it. Virus is going to be very comfortable knowing that he's got an advantage here. Having his command center at his natural is already done. The Nexus only just starting, and still no follow-up here. No Twilight Council. No robotics facility, not even a Stargate. There goes the second assimilator down, and Virus is going to be pressured by a Stalker and a Zealot here by Parting. The bunker only a little bit done. The Marines are going to have to buy time. Oh, nice micro right there. Parting, though, remember the Stalker can outrange the Marines. 2 more Marines join in. And the bunker's going to finish just in time. Ooh, that Stalker does take some damage, though. And the Stalker is finished, and oh my goodness, Parting is taking a fast third. Well, that was... again, I was wrong. That happens a lot in these games. Parting, instead of going for early pressure or trying to play the catch-up game economically by just taking his expansion in response to the 15cc, said, you know what, screw it, I'm going to take another expansion as well. And actually, Virus having a very similar idea as he's making his 3rd command center inside his main. We'll see whether or not he just turns that into a planetary or not a planetary, an orbital command for the mules, and extra STV production, or if he sends it down to land at the third, but Virus is Parting is gonna be way out in front in that regard. Here comes 3 more gateways, still only 1 gateway up for Parting. He does have 3 sentries out. The Stalker is in the center of the map holding that Zelnaga watchtower. A probe is watching the third. Here comes a tech lab, and a reactor. 1 tech lab down, and Stim is on the way to engineering base, also down for Virus. And he's also going from 4 gas geysers. So Parting is going to have to hold on here for the next few minutes as his economic lead increases slowly here. He doesn't have either base saturated. Heck, well, his main is just barely saturated with 15 probes mining minerals. Oh, and a 3rd bunker going down. You have to think, I believe Startail Virus and Startail Parting are on the same team, if I have their teams correct. I almost have to believe that in these situations, Virus normally sees Parting go for some sort of 7-gate, 8-gate timing attack off of 2 bases when he sees this sort of play from a Terran. And that's why those 3 bunkers are going down. Parting is going to go for some sort of pressure here. He does have, wow, it's a lot of sentries. 7 sentries, about 4 zealots, 2 stalkers. He is putting some proxy pylons now. 7 zealots, and Virus with the big STV pull, and yet another bunker being placed down. More force fields going down. There goes 1 bunker. Is he going to get a 2nd bunker? Here comes more force fields. He's keeping his zealots from doing any damage. And so Parting does get the 2nd bunker down, and his force fields do catch a couple Marines out of position. Nicely played there. He is, and this is really nicely played by Parting, and nice force fields with the cup right there to catch a couple of 2 Marauders and 3 Marines. Luckily for Virus, he did make that 4th bunker, and it finishes. And now he's probably, force field right there. And now that 3rd, the natural and the 3rd of Parting is going to be up for 7 gates. Here comes a Forge of Twilight Council and another Forge. So a bit of light, I say light even though he took out a good amount of Virus's stuff at the front. 7 gate pressure here by Parting to do whatever he can to get this 3rd up of his, keeping the pressure on the front, keeping the Terran from doing any sort of drop play, keeping him concentrated so that he couldn't tech up quickly. 2 medevacs, although medevacs will now pop up onto the field, and look at the timing, the game sense by by Startail Parting to know, I just instinctually I think know that on their way were medevacs. That at this timing the medevacs are going to pop out with this style of play. So Virus is Virus is now behind economically. Parting has successfully saturated 3 bases, only just starting the 3rd base. Well, it only just landed, so he'll only just start saturating it as well. It will be Virus. Combat shield is almost done. Concussive shells, and stim are done. +2/+2 are just started as well. No upgrades for the Protoss though, although they're kind of close. Charge is being researched. The Temple Archive's going down. More warp gates. Just build more warp gates. That's what they say. Probes and pylons, and of course you need the warp gates. So here comes a push by Virus. He's going to head into the center watchtower where a lonely probe is going to speak its end to the units, or to the Marines and Marauders. And Virus is, oh no, I thought he was going to fall back, but he's actually going to push forward toward the 3rd of Parting. Parting does have that Temple Archives done, and he does have 2 Archons now. +1/+1 has finished. He has not started researching Storm yet either. Oh, +1 ship weapons for the Vikings has started as well. Oh, although a couple of Ghosts have already entered the field, they do have enough for EMPs. Both players seem to know each other very, very well. And that pylon instantly goes down, not canceled. And here comes the dance here. Virus sending his ghosts out first. And oh, a solid EMP catches a couple of sentries. And he's gonna have to, oh, and he completely cuts the Terran off. That was not for a cut the Terran army in half, that was for a keep the Terran army from coming in. And now that factory is landed, being used as a bit of a choke. And snipes going down on the Templar. Nice snipe. There are no storms. Feedback's going down on the medevacs instead. Solid positioning by Virus. The stutter step micro. The Zealots slowly but surely being worn out. But so is the Bio. The Bio quickly going down. Mostly only Marauders left. They don't do very well against the Zealots. Most of the Zealots are dead, but a warp-in round coming in. And I think Virus has to retreat here. Oh, he could be in trouble, though. It looks like he's going to be caught. Oh, here comes a Ghost. The Ghost is going to EMP, a nice EMP on most of the Zealots. A couple of probes have been pulled as well. Parting building a proxy pylon. Looks like he wants to push this advantage. I don't think Virus has enough Marines to handle all of the Zealots for this Zealot Archon mix that Parting has. 2-2 for both sides. No 3-3. Oh, and there's +3 weapons has been started by Virus. +3 weapons has also just been started by Parting, excuse me. So both sides come out a little bit even in that engagement. Most of the army for both sides was whittled down a lot. It looked like Virus, though, took the brunt force of that one. And let's see, is Storm done? Yes, Storm is done, although both armies are circling around the wrong way. We could see ourselves in another weird little base trade situation here. The difference is that the pylons placed along the way are going to see the army, and here we go. I think Virus saw it. Virus is going to try and collect what he can here, and those units just streaming into the main, trying to force their way up and in. Here come the Zealots. Virus's army is too far away. A lot of damage is going to be done here as a bunch of Zealots force their way up, and he's going to actually force field away. Oh my goodness, this is great play. He's force fielding away the units. Look at all the force fields keeping the Terran army down. Tries to pick up, oh, and a nice storm on top of a lot of units, including the medevacs, and Virus's main is getting gutted here. This Archon, though, doesn't know what to do. And the natural is destroyed, although the command center will get away, and a lot of production facilities are going to go down. A lot of the add-ons, good positioning there, will keep losses to a minimum for Virus, but his natural is in ruin. He's lost a good amount of mining time. He's also in some trouble with a lot of his natural being a lot of his production capabilities being taken out, and now supply depots going down for Virus as well, and he may have lost a lot of stuff. So he lost a lot. He is no longer, so he's not supply blocked from it, but he will be very shortly because of all those supply depots going down, and a bunch of Zealots coming around the bottom side to swing around to the third. And again, Virus's army caught out of position. The storms land all over the bio of Virus. Wonderful storms. This soul bunker with 2 Marines inside won't last very long. Be quick, lift off, and get away from this STVs. And Virus knows he's in trouble here. He doesn't have a whole lot. He only has STVs. And the STVs going down very quickly to the Zealots. Although Virus is able to push him away. Virus pushing into the natural of Parting. A storm right on, 2 storms right on top of and the entire bio army just melted to those 2 storms. And there's the WW, the GG from Parting, or from Virus against Parting. Great play by Parting. Those were some great storms. I'll tell you what, Parting barely, if ever, misses a storm. That's impressive play. Those storms always spot on. He's been very good with his multitask with the Zealots, and he takes the game against his teammate STVirus 2-1, winning the third and final game on Antigua. What's it called? Oh shoot, Antigua Shipyards? No, something else. Atlantis Shipyards. Sorry.